Okay, another video covering the causes of the Cold War project again because I still don't have the project for most of you. I think, and it's completely unacceptable that this many people have not done this project because it's worth so many points. So a lot of your grades are going to go down significantly if you don't get this project in by tomorrow. Because I'm going to be giving zeros and I'm not going to be giving extensions after that too. So you need to get this project in. So I'm going to explain again how to do this project. I'm going to put it in simple terms and just go over the key points of it again so that you understand the material better. So for right now, I'll just take it that people aren't understanding this project very well and they're not doing it because of that, not because people are just deciding not to do their work. So let's go to updates. Tomorrow, we were supposed to start Unit 6 tomorrow. This project is basically the post-assessment for Unit 5. So you really need to do this post-assessment for Unit 5. The Unit 6, instead of starting tomorrow, Wednesday, we'll start it Thursday. We'll start the units. I have it over on the side over here. I'll change the Unit 6 notes to be due Thursday, and we'll push those assignments back. So I'll make Cause of the Cold War project is going to be finally due Wednesday, February 20th. So let's go back over this assignment and put it in. I'll probably put it in simpler terms here. So go to Unit 5. We'll start Unit 6 on Thursday. Remember, we are Unit 5, Session 3. Okay, it's not pulling up. It's taking its time. Okay. So, cause of the Cold War project. There are 4 pages. The fourth page is where you submit in the Dropbox your project. So you could do whatever you want. You could do a PowerPoint presentation. You want to do a Prezi, which is free. If you want to go to Prezi.com, you can do that. You can, if you don't have PowerPoint, you could go to OpenOffice.org and download a free version of PowerPoint. Just click on I want to download OpenOffice and it will give you a free Microsoft Office, Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. It will get that all to you for free. If you want to do a Prezi, it's free. You go to Prezi.com and you do the basic version. And Prezis, you can put videos, you can put anything. It's really easy to use, and you could use, and you just sign up, and you do hit sign up, and you do the basic version, public sign up now, and it's $0 to sign up for the public version to do the Prezi. Okay, and Prezi, I mean, it looks great, it does a great job, and it's not that hard to use. If you have a Google Drive, you could do a presentation in Google Drive. If you go to your drive and you can create a PowerPoint by, you go to My Drive, you do More, I believe this is it. Oh, where is it? Recent, I'll do More. Do activity, all items. I think it's all items. You could hit create. Oh, how do you do it? Hit create. Oh, there we go. Hit create in your My Drive. So everybody has a Jeffco Google Documents. So if your Google Drive. So wherever you log in for your Google Docs for Jeffco, hit create and then hit presentation. And you could create a PowerPoint that way too. You could also do a Google document too, but you could do a PowerPoint and share it with me that way and just create a document really easy. Okay, so all those ways you could do for your presentation. It's really easy to just create your theme and go from there. So, all those ways are, easy to do for your presentation. Okay, so to do the actual presentation, again, I'm just going to review this. A lot of you are making this a lot harder than it needs to be. Okay, the main task is you're reviewing the main causes of the Cold War. You're developing a narrative. The narrative, all it is the presentation. So whether that's the Prezi or the PowerPoint or your presentation in Google Docs. Um, and you're creatively, you're basically you're just producing a presentation that creatively outlines your main points. Okay, your main points, this is all you need to know. Your main points are right here. It's A through F right here. These are the main points. They are review the tensions during immediately after World War II that ultimately played a role in causing the Cold War. The Cold War wasn't a specific war. It was just a series of things. It was disagreements between the Soviet Union and the United States. That's what the Cold War was. Yet on each side, the United States had a lot of countries that were for them, that were pro-democratic, they're pro-democracy. And on the Soviet Union side, they had a lot of countries that were pro-communism. Okay, so it was just a disagreement for about 45 years. Basically, it was a disagreement between democracy and communism. Both sides thought that their way was the best way to run a country. The United States felt that democracy, free elections was the best way to run a country, and the Soviet Union felt that communism was the best way to run a country. So it was a disagreement, okay? And it started at the end of World War II. There was just a mistrust at the end of World War II. These countries used to be allies. At the end of World War II, they stopped being allies, and then the Cold War started. And it was just a disagreement. Okay, so the A through F are the points you're going to put in your presentation. For each one of these points, A through F, you're going to outline what these points are. You create pictures to go with it. I'm sorry, insert pictures, videos, charts, documents, quotes, anything you want to put in to illustrate the A through F for each one of those. You want to put pictures, charts, everything for A through F. And then part two of that. So you're going to basically just kind of illustrate in your presentation A through F, these different things. Two, for each one of these things, for each one, A through F, you're going to research the background of those topics. So you research the background of each one of these topics, A through F. It says in step one, include how each topic created tension between, so give a brief overview of how each one of these topics created tension between the United States and Soviet Union. Three, determine, okay, after you do that, determine potential solutions to each individual topic and the overreaching mistrust it developed as a result of such a larger group of factors. All you're doing, okay, so let's go over this. You're going to outline what these A through F are. Okay, you're going to give the background on each one of those topics, A through F. And then you're going to write like a paragraph or different bullet points on how these tensions could have been avoided. How do you think they could have avoided having this mistrust and tensions between the Soviet Union and the United States with these A through F? Okay? 4, create a narrative that outlines and explains what steps the United States and Soviet Union should have taken. So basically, that's the same thing. You're just saying, what in that paragraph or bullet points, what steps, how could they have avoided this mistrust in A through F? And E, you're just putting it all into the presentation. So that's all you need to do. Let's just recap that, okay? You basically do an overview of these key factors, A through F. Give an overview of A through F, and then for each one of these, A through F, you're going to give how these tensions could have been avoided. You can do it in a paragraph form, you can do it in bullet point form. And then for A through F, you want to make it, visually also appealing too. So you want to have pictures and maps and charts and everything, whatever you want to put with it, to go along with the text in your presentation, in your PowerPoint or Prezi or whatever. All right, that's all you need to do. Don't think you need to do several different things. It's one presentation. It's just one PowerPoint or one Prezi, whatever you decide to do. You're covering A through F, and then you're giving, you give an overview at A through F, and then you give basically how these tensions could have been avoided for A through F. Okay? That's all you need to do. And You need to be creative. You need to show thought, that you understand the topic. You need to show that you understand what A through F were, what these different things were. So let's go over some of these. Stalin's A is Stalin's mistrust of Churchill and Roosevelt, especially their refusal to open a second front in France until 1944. This is talking about the end of World War II, that Stalin felt like the Soviet Union at the end of World War II was taking the too many of the casualties of World War II. They were losing a lot of men. They lost millions of men in Stalingrad when Germany attacked the Soviet Union. Stalin wanted for a long time for Churchill and Roosevelt to establish a second front in Europe to draw some of the German army away from Stalingrad in the Soviet Union. So how did we do that? It was D-Day that eventually, finally, Roosevelt and Churchill established a second front. That's when we landed our forces in France in D-Day, and that's a second front. That means that Germany had to take more of their forces to protect the western side of Germany, along with their forces that were in the eastern side of Germany that were attacking the Soviet Union. So you need to research that more. Okay, that's what that's talking about. And Stalin had a mistrust because he felt that Churchill and Roosevelt should have done that earlier. B, the Soviet loss of life compared to losses suffered by the same thing. It's talking about the same thing basically. That Stalin felt that the Soviet Union had a lot more casualties. They did have a lot more casualties than Great Britain and the United States. So Stalin felt like that was unfair. C, the desire for a buffer between the Soviet Union and Western Europe. That's talking about the satellite countries that Soviet Union, when the Soviet Union freed a lot of the countries that Germany had taken over in Eastern Europe. Soviet Union made those countries communist when they liberated them from Germany. So instead of making them free countries, they made them communist countries. Okay, D, the issues surrounding Poland and Eastern Europe after the war. Same thing about making a country communist. You'll have to research that more to get the specifics, but it's mainly surrounding about whether having a free government, a democratic government, or a communist government. And E, the U.S. development of the atomic bomb created tensions. The United States created the atomic bomb first. They used it at the end of World War II on Japan, and that created some mistrust with the Soviet Union, because the Soviet Union felt that gave them the upper hand, and that if we wanted to, that we could have taken over the Soviet Union if we wanted to with the atomic bomb. And then the American Marshall Plan. The Marshall Plan was directed at preventing countries from becoming communist, and the Soviet Union felt like that interfered in their agenda, what they wanted the world to look like. So the Marshall Plan kind of interfered with communism, prevented countries from becoming communism through economic aid by the United States. And so that created tension between the Soviet Union and the United States. Okay, so that's some background there. Use all that to create your presentation. It's just one presentation, and that should explain enough. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.